Hey, yo, foreigner, you crazy for this one.
Yeah, they think I'm jab riding when I'm left hooking. Fiends say they love me cause they know I keep that sack moving. Sad to say, but this the life that I have grew in. I had to hustle, skipping class, man, I was true in. I can flip some packs and...
Welcome to the Bucket Discussions podcast, where we go beyond the stat sheet. We go beyond the narrative. KC, it's your boy, Todd James, a.k.a. TJ, a.k.a. Trench Montana, new a.k.a. in the building, a.k.a. him Duncan. Welcome to the Bucket Discussions podcast. I'm going to throw it over to my partners.
Hey, what's good with it, man? It's your boy, the girl's damn sugar, also known as Dr. James, also known as Trigger Trey. Sometimes I go by Trey. I'm going to pass it to my bro.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Jay Coop back in the mix, you know what I'm saying? AKA Bills Mafia is about to take that W tomorrow night, you know what I'm saying? So you already know what it is. You already know what's going on.
For sure.
But, hey, we back with another episode, man. Let's get straight into it.
Yes, sir.
There's some war going on within the show, man. May the best man win.
Thanks.
All right, but it's a sad day that we got to start here, man.
Yes, sir.
Hollywood Hills, Lala Land, LA.
Lala Land.
Man,
Yeah.
the drama's been going crazy in LA, man, this past week, and it's getting crazier and crazier by the day, man. So we got first off, we got Russell Westbrook getting lynched. The Lakers aren't doing too well. They're like 22 and 23. It's under 500. We got LeBron doing LeBron things. And then we got everybody just wanting Frank Vogel to get fired.
Man, yeah.
Now, I'm confused, but let's start here. What's y'all thoughts on the Lakers season so far? Are they underachieving, or are they just where y'all thought they were going to be?
I mean, in their eyes, they're underachieving, but I expected nothing more. This is where I thought they would be. You kind of when off season was going on, we seen a lot of names. Oh, we got this guy. Oh, the Lakers are getting this guy. The Lakers are getting this guy. And in my opinion, I'm just like, how many people do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen teams, quote unquote, superstar or what are the super teams thrown together where it's like you throw all these names together, and once they get together, it's like, okay, this is terrible. You know what I'm saying? These guys are not playing well together. They're not meshing. And I will say, I've seen a lot of games where they play really well together, but for the majority of the season, they haven't been playing well together. So in my opinion, it's been looking pretty much what I expected, to be honest. Like, they underachieved. They're not playing really well. Of course, what I expected, all the blame goes to the head coach, and not to LeBron. But it's okay because LeBron's been putting up numbers. But I feel like he's that guy, that centerpiece, that, the greatest player of all time, or the best player in the world, in his words. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, in my opinion, if you're the best player of all time, get that damn team together and get that record up so y'all can be one of the top contenders in the West. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, bro. Yeah. That's just, hey, spot on, bro. Because just like you said, bro, in their eyes, they're fucking achieving. But to us, bro, or at least me and you, bro, I mean, hey, we seen this shit coming from a mile away. Because you got to think about it, bro. It's 2022. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you having the most stacked roster, that ain't gonna win you games anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's about depth. You know what I'm saying? It's about depth, and also your team working so well together. You know what I'm saying? Warriors, for example, look at how smoothly they've been running. And they have a couple all-star players, you know what I'm saying? They have Draymond, they have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. That's it. The rest are role players or players that just play the role to a T, you know what I'm saying? But the Lakers, bro, it's you know what I'm saying? It's just like so much bullshit going on with them, because this offseason, they brought in all these names like you were just saying, bro. They brought in Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook. They brought back Dwight Howard, you know what I'm saying? All these big names. But how do they work together? How, you know what I'm saying? How do they mesh together? None of their games ever go together, even on paper. Like, you see Russell Westbrook, he's not a shooter. He is not a shooter at all. He's like a 25% three-point shooter for his career. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where do you see that fitting in? That's what I wanted to know when the signing was happening. I'm like, where do you see this ever working out? Actually, like, it's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I figured they would have went out, got some shooters next to LeBron, because they know he's not no damn shooter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to get someone that could actually shoot at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? With the last 2 to 3 minutes. And just like you said, bro, I can't even put too much blame on LeBron just because he's been doing his thing. And I mean, he's like 37 years old, so it's kind of like, bro, someone has to step up. Someone. I don't care if it's fucking Westbrook. I don't care if it's THT. I don't care if it's Dwight Howard. Whoever. Just someone else to help him. Because this isn't a one player game. You know what I'm saying? This isn't tennis where you're out there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You out there with 4 other teammates that should be putting just as much work on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole mess. And my fault. I'm rambling a little too much, but Frank Vogel, bro, it should not be on him. You know what I'm saying? Because back with the Clippers, when Doc Rivers got fired, everyone was like, "No, you can't put the blame on the coach. That's the player's fault." And I agree with that. But at the same time, you got to look at it from both sides. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers, Frank Vogel, he is one of the top. I don't want to say top tier coaches, but he is a well-named coach in this league. You know what I'm saying? He coached the Pacers back then. He was with the Magic for a little bit. He's done his thing. That's, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as for him being fired, bro, it's total blasphemy. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. But how you feel, Taj? I know this is your squad, so I want to hear what you have to say about this for real.
Hey, bro. First and foremost, I feel like this story is really getting played out to me, bro. Like, I've been a LeBron fan since he hopped on the Heat. Call me a bandwagon, call me whatever you want, but
it's cool. It's
cool.
I'm
very locked in with the game, bro. I'm very knowledgeable, so I know what I'm talking about. But
hell yeah,
this story's getting played out, bro. It seems like every year, like around January, February, it's like some drama going on with a LeBron-led team, man. So this LeBron doesn't have any help narrative is really getting old to me, bro. Like, LeBron, you always have a hand in constructing the team, so why do you never have any help? It doesn't make any sense to me because somebody explained that to me. So I don't know who brought in Russell Westbrook, but bro, I was never a fan of the move from the start. But I was just like, man, they brought him in. They must know something that I don't know. But right, kind of like, what did y'all expect to happen? Like, I'm confused. So y'all brought in Russ. I don't know who brought him in. I'm assuming it's LeBron because LeBron has all the control to bring in players and do what he had to do. Mm-hmm. Even Carmelo was like, LeBron called me like, hey, we need you on the Lakers. So I'm like, shit, LeBron, you must have some control over there. So like, what are we trying to do with this Russell Westbrook experiment? And even before the season, I remember I seen a report that said LeBron, AD, and Russ had a meeting like, kumbaya, we all gonna sacrifice, we all gonna play for the betterment of the team. But then once like the live bullets start flying, then you see people's true colors. Russ is Russ, bro. I feel like for people that's bashing him nonstop, Russ is being just who he is, bro, who he's always been. Yeah. I mean, y'all can't really expect him to change and be something that he's not. He's not a shooter. He plays fast. People say he plays out of control. He does play out of control sometimes, but that's who Russ is. So for people to be mad that Russ came to LA and does what he does, bro, I feel like that's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know for sure, but I feel like all the blame really should lay at LeBron's feet. And it should lay at Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, just for even letting I feel like one player should not have that much control of the team, bro. It's silly. Like, the way I look at it, bro, you should have input on the team. Like, if it's like a move, I don't see nothing wrong. Like, even in the NFL, there's nothing wrong with just running the move across. Oh, Aaron Rodgers, what you think about us signing this player? That's cool. But you really don't need their approval to sign anybody. But just out of respect, if you want to ask him, that's cool. But LeBron just to be like, oh, yeah, let's get this player, let's get that player. This is not 2K, bro. This is not 2K. Stop the goof, man. That's all I got to say for real.
I'll feel you.
My expectations for this team, bro, honestly, I didn't expect them to be like. Actually, I'm lying. Bro, I expected them to be number one in the West.
Yeah, you did. You talking that shit?
Russ, I expected them to be number one in the West, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, but this season's definitely been a disappointment. There's still time to turn it around, bro. But I feel like we're gonna have to move Russ, bro. Let him go do his own thing, bro, and then try to salvage this season in any way because we do have pieces, but just the team as constructed. Like I was telling Coop the other day in the group chat, bro. I don't feel like it's gonna mesh enough for us to actually win games, bro. So I feel like we just gotta move Russell Westbrook and just try to salvage what we have. Because we got Malik Monk, Austin Reeves, Kendrick Nunn still supposed to be coming back. We got some great bench players, bro. So I feel like if we can salvage this season, AD's coming back. Hopefully we can get him to play up to his standards. And then I feel like we'll be straight, man. We'll have a chance in the West, but I'm not gonna say we're gonna win it right now, bro, because it's not looking very good. But Coop already kind of touched on this, man. But let's talk about is firing Frank Vogel an answer?
I'm gonna say no, because I feel like I really just keep heading like pointing the finger to LeBron James, but like over his career, you look at like coaches, look at his coaches, and like not all of them have been the top tier coaches. He doesn't really need the best of the best coaches to win. And at this point in the season, I feel like you can go get. I mean, I feel like even a coach can only do so much. Let me say that a coach can only do so much. So whether you got Greg Popovich over there coaching, Phil Jackson, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the situation may be a little bit better, but at the end of the day, you only can do so much with these players. They're not meshing well on the court. I feel like right now in the season, Frank Vogel is probably their best option right now. Who else are you going to go grab? You know what I'm saying? Frank Vogel is probably their best option right now. I feel like they need to look at who's on the floor, focus on the roster, see what the best available moves for that. Because like you see, everybody harped on earlier, Russell Westbrook. I'm not gonna go into the Russ. I'm not gonna bash him on here because he already got 11,000 media people and social media and everybody else curb stomping him. So I'm just gonna say this: he's not playing the best here. And I can even see in some interviews, it doesn't even appear to be fun anymore. Like the game doesn't appear to be fun. He's in the interviews looking kind of depressed, and like it's not funny, but it's just like, damn, like this is what it has come to for him. I've seen him in situations where he's having fun. He may be losing the game. We all know Russ to be that ultimate competitor. He's going at you. He's always been this. I feel like he's always been the same player, but now he's not playing as well. He's always been I hate to use this word, but let's just say he puts up a lot of numbers, whether it be turnovers, points, rebounds, assists. He puts up a lot of numbers. And I feel like in this environment, for this team, he doesn't fit this environment. His style of play. We all know LeBron needs to be, like you said earlier, he needs to be surrounded by people that can shoot the ball, that can space the floor, that are not so ball dominant. That's why I was surprised a little early on in the season when I didn't see the re-signing of Dennis Schroeder, because I was just like, he was a good fit for y'all. To be honest, I fear Dennis Schroeder on y'all team more than I fear Russ on you guys' team. Dennis Schroeder knew his role. He knew his spots. He had a pretty decent shot, and most of all, he's a trench baby. That's why I would love to have that guy on the team. So he's a good solid piece for y'all, but y'all let that go. I understand he may have been asking for a little bit too much, but I would have paid the guy. You know what I'm saying? To keep that piece around. And as far as like coaching, I say they just keep Frank, and I feel like LeBron has to. I don't want to say, because I haven't seen him be able to like. I want to say take a back seat, because it's LeBron. It's like damn near impossible for him to take a back seat. He's one of the best players in the league. I'll give him that. But when AD comes back, we need Anthony Davis to do a little bit more. Yeah. Whenever he comes back, he needs to do a lot more, because like we can't all be on LeBron's back. Some people need to get off. LeBron might need to take a break and hop on your back, AD. Like the scoring load doesn't have to be on him. Carrying the team. He's notorious for it. He's done it many times, but at this point in time, it's not working out so well. You only can do so much. So some of these players got, like you said, step up. I don't think it's Frank Vogel takes the blame for a majority of this. I don't think it's his fault. Even though he is taking the blame, he's the head coach. But I feel like it's what's going on the floor in that roster. They need to fix that. Don't point the blame at Frank. It ain't Frank's fault.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And honestly, I ain't even gonna say too much about it. I already spoke on it. But Frank Vogel, bro, yeah, he definitely doesn't deserve fired. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, there's only so much a coach can actually do. He's not the one up there fucking with the rock. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? But how you feel about this, Todd? Do you think he should be fired?
Me personally, bro, I'm not really a big fan of outing coaches when it's like a team that's underachieving. Not like. If it was like 3 straight years of Frank Vogel's Lakers was underachieving, then I understand firing them. But just all of a sudden, you make a crazy move, bring in Russ, and then now the team's not playing like you thought they was gonna play. I'm like, come on now, let's not blame the head coach all of a sudden, because I feel like this is typical for a LeBron team. Like you said, a coach, bro, their job is to put players in the best position to win. And I feel like he's doing that with the pieces that he has. And if they're not succeeding, then we're going to have to go up top above his head, bro. Like, hey, what's going on up here? And then even if LeBron, bro, you have some say in this, let's have a meeting, bro. What's going on? Like, hey, let's not point the finger, bro. Let's see what we need to do to fix this and get the team going in the right direction. We're supposed to be getting AD back here soon. AD,
Yes, sir.
Let's get back to basics. That's all it is, bro. When the Lakers were successful these past couple of years, bro, their calling card was defense. They had the number one defense in the league, bro. They were able to lock up teams. And then on offense, LeBron, AD, pick and roll, get to the basket, attack the rim. And then, like you said, bro, surrounded with shooters. We don't have a lot of shooters in LA, bro, but let's make a couple moves, bro, try to salvage this season, man, because I feel like just sitting around pointing the finger, it's not really going to do anything. But another thing, bro, I want to get into, I think we should like dedicate an entire show to this, bro. We got to take a deep dive into the LeBron environment, bro. This is crazy, bro. This has been some years, bro. I really want to know what's going on in that environment because we had KD come out, I think it was a couple years ago, and say LeBron environment, like playing with LeBron, that environment is toxic. And a lot of people were mad at KD. He said he was hating, but he really had a point with that, man. Because
no, he definitely did for sure.
We seen Ty Lue when he was coaching the Cavs. Bro went gray off of like 2 or 3 months. His whole head. Kevin Love was depressed, having anxiety attacks. We see Russ in the interviews.
He looks super depressed. Yeah.
And you ain't never seen Russ like that.
Yeah,
he's always talking this shit.
He always having fun, bro. He dancing. They get beat by 50 in there. So we gotta take a deep dive, man. But I don't want to spend too much time on that. But we gonna have to dedicate one episode to that, bro. Because
for sure,
we gotta break that down in depth, bro, and take a deep dive into that, bro. Because that's kind of wild, man.
It gives you depression playing with LeBron. Fuck that.
We gotta dive into that though, bro. But
all right, man. So lately we've been seeing two big fellas. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid and Jokic. They've been playing phenomenal to say the least. You know what I'm saying? They've been on the tear lately. They've been tearing up the league. You've been seeing some crazy stat lines coming from these cats. What are y'all thoughts on this? What's y'all thoughts and reactions, man? Let me know how y'all feeling about this, man.
Man, bro, it's just honestly been crazy because the league, it's been insane. Honestly, I feel like it's awesome to actually see big men actually come together. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the league's more of a guard-oriented type of league, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like having some bigs that can actually, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, inspire the youth. You know, I don't know how to else to explain it because I feel like it's, like I just said, bro, a lot of guards, you know what I'm saying, a lot of dribbling. It's cool to see some big men actually get some recognition, especially in the era we're in now, 2022, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, it's insane because not only in the NBA, but all over just basketball globally, you see big men who are, 6'8" plus, being able to, handle the rock and shoot the ball, you know what I'm saying, and stretch the floor and shoot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never seen that in basketball history. So the fact that we're seeing this shit now, I feel like it just brings a whole different type of, I don't know, vibe to basketball. I don't know, man. It's just insane to see, you know what I'm saying, a 7-footer run down the court, hit it someone with a little hezzy and then pull up three. It's crazy, bro. And as for Joel Embiid, though, definitely one of the most dominant players I've personally seen with my own two eyes in my 21 years of living. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, bro. Like, this shit's crazy. Bro, this dude had 50 points in 27 minutes the other day. And I know some people are sitting here like, it's the last place Magic. That doesn't even matter, bro. If you're an NBA team and you get 50 points dropped you in 27 minutes, you need to go home and evaluate your life because this shit ain't it for you. This shit ain't it for you, bro. And Mo Bamba, I know he balled out too. I can't put too much blame on him, but bro, you gotta stop a little bit of that. You shouldn't have had 50. Shit, maybe 45. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? 45 maybe. But I don't know, 50 is a little OD. You know what I'm saying? Big facts, bro. But big shout out to Joel Embiid, bro. He's been doing this thing. But as for Nikola Jokic, bro, different. That's the only thing I can say about him is different because we've never ever seen a 7-foot center be able to shoot, pass the rock, and handle the ball the way he does. It's honestly insane. Facts. The no looks, the everything behind the backs, behind the heads. It's like he can literally do it all. There's not one thing Jokic can't do. And honestly, some people would sit here and be like, what about his defensive ability and shit? Honestly, bro, that doesn't even matter because he has that intimidator or that intimidation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And look how big he is, bro. We seen what he did to Markieff Morris. That man's damn near still out because he pushed him in the back that one day. You know what I'm saying? So Jokic, he's definitely not someone you want to, drive towards, you know what I'm saying, on the offensive end. I wouldn't go into pain if I see him. But Yeah, bro. It's super dope to see these bigs, you know what I'm saying, evolving. It's really dope to, just be alive to witness. So yeah, bro, how y'all feeling about this shit? Because it's fucking crazy.
Hey, cool, bro. What I think you were trying to say earlier was like, it's dope to see two big men kind of, like you said, inspiring the youth, but making it cool to be a big again, bro. Because
yeah, facts.
You go to the gym, bro. You see a kid, bro, he bigger than everybody else, but he out there trying to dribble and shoot threes. It's like, bro, like embrace your size, bro. You big, bro. Dominate. So I feel like we haven't really seen nothing like that since Shaq, bro. Like Shaq, like he fully embraced being 7 foot, 350 pounds, whatever he was, bro. Like I'm finna bully everybody. Y'all too little. So I feel like seeing Joel Embiid and Jokic, their styles aren't necessarily the same as Shaq, but they play in the exact same way as far as how they dominate the game, bro.
Facts.
And real quick, bro, I listened to Bill Simmons. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but Bill Simmons has a NBA podcast. He real locked in, and he said he was at the Boston Celtics 76ers game, and he said he was sitting courtside, and he seen Joel Embiid. That's why I love Joel Embiid, bro. He funny as hell. Like he'll talk that shit to you too, bro. They said he was courtside, and Joel Embiid ran over to the coach Udoka from the Celtics and said, "I'm a problem." I was like, yeah, that's funny as hell, bro. Like, to know you that dominant, bro, and then go out there and dominate, bro. That's why I love Joel Embiid. And then Jokic, to keep it short, bro. I don't even know how to explain Jokic, bro. He a unicorn for real, bro. The fact, like, the touch he has around the rim is so ridiculous. The way he passes the ball. To be real with you, bro, he reminds me of that old head that you play and runs with, bro. That's real sound. He play from the post. He can pass. He can play
real
deep.
agile too.
That's crazy, bro. That dude reminds me of like that old head, bro. He's not really athletic, but he's out there like he's thinking the game. He's dominating you with just his feel, bro. So
big facts.
Yeah, bro. Them two, they're different, bro. And I feel like they're kind of shining that spotlight back on bigs again, bro. Because like you said, it's mostly guards that get the recognition, get the love in this league now, bro. So shout out to them for doing their thing, bro. Keep hooping.
Yeah, facts.
I love seeing the domination that y'all got going on in the league today, man.
For sure, bro. Hey, that man Jokic just dropped fucking 40 or 50 points on our app the other day. So I can't.
Yeah, they were hooping, bro. Like I like the stat lines I'm seeing. Like you guys both said, it's cool to be a big again, bro. You don't have to be that little guy shooting from half court, man. Because we know Steph Curry is a very influential player, but seeing these two cats put up numbers like this in a short amount of time, you like Koob said, 27 minutes, 50 points is crazy. But I want to talk on Joel Embiid a little bit, man, because since the beginning of the season, there has been a lot of negativity surrounding the 76ers, bro. With Ben Simmons, does he want to play? Can he play? Is his mental right? And a lot of these interviews, like I know he is their best player, and they kind of had them like him kind of playing this limbo because like I can tell in the beginning he was tired of it. He was fed up. He was like, if the guy wants to play, he'll come play. And like in the interviews, he's like he looked very over Ben Simmons and his bullshit. So I think for him to be playing like this, man, he's becoming the franchise players the Sixers hope for. He's becoming one of those top players in the league. He's kind of given the Sixers a new light, so that everybody's not focused on what is Ben Simmons doing, what has been. He's like, nah, this is my show. I run this. Ben Simmons has always been. He's cool, but if he doesn't want to play, I'm not going to sit around him and harp about it. I'm going to come out here and put up some amazing numbers. And he's been doing this for quite some time now, man. He's been putting up numbers, kind of changing the narrative for the 76ers and getting them away from that kind of that negativity or quote unquote toxicity that Ben Simmons brung to the 76ers. We know he had some health issues, so it's good to see him, injuries and health issues. It's good to see him playing at this elite level that he is right now. And then Jokic, man, I'm like you guys said, I'm like when I'm seeing from this cat, bro. At this point, he's basically turning the Nuggets into a playoff team by him damn self. Like, not saying he doesn't have support, but he said, I want us to get to the playoffs. I'm going to put up amazing numbers. I'm going to make sure we get these wins. I'm going to make sure our record is straight. We get a decent seed. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Phenomenal shot. Like you said, he's doing crazy passes. He like you guys already said, he's a unicorn. We haven't seen very many players like him. I like what he's doing with the Nuggets, bro. He's basically, hey, if we want to get to the playoffs, follow me. I'll lead the way. I got y'all boys. We gonna get there. So I'm like what he's doing. He got a great stat line. He's been hooping, bro.
Thanks. Hell yeah, man.
This.
Hey, I like how you said that about the Ben Simmons thing. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing Joel Embiid. He's bringing a lot more light to the city of Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Ben Simmons drama, it's just so much bullshit. Like, imagine being a Sixers fan. Like, how would you feel? I'd be mad as personally, but to turn on my team and see Joel Embiid dropping 50 points in 27 minutes, I'd feel a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, you know what? We got a little bit more hope. And I mean, they still have solid pieces, bro. They're still like top 3 team in the East without Ben Simmons, without an all-star NBA player. That's crazy to think about, ain't it? And hey, man, for the 76ers, man, Seth Curry, he deserves a lot of love, bro. He's been helping Joel Embiid a lot, carrying them. And honestly, some people have been saying he's been the best Curry this month. How y'all
might
feel
be.
about that?
I ain't gonna lie, he might be.
You are crazy.
All right, man. Back to another installment of the Jump Ball segment, man. We got a very, very special guest with us. I'll let bro do the introduction.
Hey, we got, like bro said, a very, very special guest. We got Mr. Eddie Lee in the building. Eddie Lee is a true pillar of the community. He's a leader. Not only that, he's an assistant coach of the undefeated girls Trojan basketball team. He's also one of the most recognizable faces in the community. You ask anybody about Eddie, they go, "Oh, y'all know Eddie." He's one of the coolest dudes around, man. So thank you for jumping on here with us today, Eddie.
Hey, I appreciate you guys having me, man, and I like that intro. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. For sure. Man. All right. So the first question we got for you: when were you introduced to the game of basketball?
It goes way back. It's funny because I'm at the community center where it kind of all started for me. Growing up in the central part of Topeka, and I couldn't wait, man. We used to watch Central Park get built, and we couldn't wait to get up here. And I remember a bunch of us running in here to see who was going to be the first one to make a basket. And then we're talking 1977, but played junior high ball and, grew up playing basketball, grew up watching people play. And, once I got hit so hard at football, I knew basketball was going to be my
sport. All right. So for a lot of people haven't seen you play, what was your game like? Describe your game for us for people that haven't seen you play the game of basketball.
Well, the interesting thing is that it wasn't no 3-pointers back then. And I always thought I was a perimeter shooter, but my no-looks was what was working. I was most definitely all about the assists and steals.
That's fundamental.
I like it.
So you've been in the basketball game for like quite some time now. You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to Topeka High, or we did, you were always there, at the basketball gyms, or you were even at the Y. So we were gonna ask, what have you seen change? You know what I'm saying? Ever since you started playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? Because just like you said, you see a lot more people chucking up threes and stuff nowadays. So what have you seen different? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it goes back to pay phones and the phones that was, in the court now. Now, you got social media and cell phones that completely took over. I mean, even I catch myself, if I leave my phone at home, man, I thought I'd never be in a situation where I would panic and I can't do nothing until I get to my phone. And, and I'm an adult, so I can imagine for the youth how they feel about it. And growing up not having that, man, you just had to learn from scratch. I couldn't stay in my room and play videos. I had to go out and find either a football field or to play kickball, or, we all met at the gym, or we all met outside on, playing basketball. And even on days like today, man, where it's 50, we drove by places and it was packed, man, and it was all about who got next.
Hell yeah, man. Love it. Love to hear it.
For sure. So today is my Uncle Troy's birthday. Shout out my Uncle Troy, man. I believe he's 55 now. Eddie, we just want to know, because we hear, at least me and my brother, we hear all the stories about my Uncle Troy, dunking on people, stuff like that. Tell us from your point of view, what was his game like?
Troy was very interesting because he's being younger than me. He always was scrappy and said, hey, I should be playing with you guys. I should be playing down there with the little kids. He never wanted to play with the kids his age. And so I remember Troy finally getting a chance to come down and play at RN on Central Park, man. And he held his own. And he kind of caught me off guard, man, because he throw that ball down and square up, or he drive, and if you fouled him, he said, no, that ain't no foul. Just be ready. I'm ready on D, and he was scrappy, man. And Troy was, man, he was about his work, man. He was about his work. If he'd had the chances that some of the other guys had, he could have went just as far as they did in basketball, because he was very athletic.
For sure. All right, speaking of basketball players that you've seen, I'm sure you've seen a lot come through Topeka, but who was the best Topeka ball player you've seen grace the court?
It's funny when I look on, the social media and they talk about different basketballs, but they cut off a year where they don't go all the way back. They stopped in the years like, I want to say in the 2000s, and they don't go all the way back. Man, I could tell you a guy named James Patrick. He played pro basketball for the San Antonio Spurs. Wow. He played for Holland Park High School when they won the state championship. They won it 2 years in a row, maybe 2 years in a row. But what was funny about that is they won the state championship and they never done this again, but they had the Grand State, where they took all the top 5 schools that won 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, and 5A and had a tournament and had all of them play against each other. And Holland Park won the Grand State out of all the states. And then James Patrick left here and went to Independence, and they won the national championship back-to-back in basketball. Then he went to San Antonio, and he went to, it was the San Antonio, Texas school. And then I think he played for the Spurs maybe a couple years. But just watching him, man, grow up, man, what he was doing on the court was phenomenal. But then, you can go on and on, I mean, even in our generation or watching, you guys grow up, some of the athletes that you guys got to look up and see, man. I mean, we got plenty of athletes out of Topeka, but that's just a name that stands out, James Patrick, man.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome to hear, man. But like we said earlier, you're a major staple in like the Topeka basketball platform and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You, like we said earlier, you're always at the downtown Y, stuff like that. So have you ever realized like how much of an impact you're making on the kids around you? You know what I'm saying? Like you're a pretty big, inspiration to a lot of the basketball players here in Topeka and stuff. Have you ever realized or ever thought about that?
Oh, most definitely, man. I stepped in. It's a funny story. I played at Trenton State in New Jersey, and it didn't work out. And my dad was, he was disciplinary. He didn't play them kind of games. So I remember him bringing me back to Kansas, man, but not by my choice. And, he said, hey, you're ready to find out what this real world is about. He was the first Black postmaster in the state of Kansas. And so what he did was he had me work at a post office. And it was funny because all you heard is, you're not like your dad. You're not like your dad. And I remember walking home, man, and for work, because of course he took my car because the things I did in college, he was unhappy with. And walking home, and I see one of my homeboys playing with a bunch of kids, man, playing dodgeball, kickball. And I used to climb this fence and play with him. And he told me, go fill out an application and get a job here. And man, that's where it started, man. It just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger, man. And most definitely know, the importance of what I do. I came in thinking that I could save everybody, and I got my head bumped real quick because I had to talk at a couple of funerals. I seen some loved ones that was teenagers that I lost, but that's when I knew, man, this is me, man. It's a funny saying, man, but I tell some people, and I shouldn't say it when I get defensive, but I say, hey, I'm the Michael Jordan when it comes to these kids.
Hell yeah, man. Fact. Take pride in it, man. Take pride in it.
For sure.
So, Eddie, you've been coaching for a while now. When did you first get involved with the coaching side of things?
I was at running an after-school program at Central Park. And, it was funny because a lot of the kids were over at Robinson Middle School and they wasn't going out for basketball, or they wasn't going out for football. And I remember the principal, who used to be one of my coaches at high school, he came over to Central Park looking for me. And here I am on the side of the pond, and I got like 20 kids over there, and we playing kickball, football. And he came over and he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, hey, man, he said, my kids aren't going out for basketball. I'm the principal at Robinson, and my kids aren't going out for football because you got all these kids over here, man. And I say, I apologize. I told the kids to go over there and play, but they just said they wanted to come over here. And he said, well, this is what we're going to do. You go fill out application and you start as a paraprofession at Robinson Middle School, and you will be the football coach at Robinson. And I was like, wow, are you serious? And he said, yes. So that's where it all started. I took the group of kids that we were playing kickball, and the attendance was went from probably about 15 to 30 something. And then I started coaching at Robinson, and the same young man, when he went up to Topeka High to apply for a principal job, he got it. And then he took me with him to Topeka High.
Oh, that's so awesome, man. That's dope to hear.
Yeah, for sure. That's very inspirational. But
big fan.
Tell us about the Topeka High girls basketball team this year. Y'all been very successful these past few years. Tell us about this team.
Man, we just came together as a family. Like I said, we lost one of our main ones, and we always preach, family, family. And I don't know if you know that the girls really don't get along with each other, man. And when they buy in, and that's what we've had. We've got these girls to buy in, and it started off the court, and now they took that on the court. Very scrappy on defense. When you lose Nyjah, you lose 20-something points and 15 or maybe more rebounds. So now we had a couple of our bigs. They said, well, if both of us you get equaled up to what she's done, then our guards are going to take care of business, because our guards have always been in the top in the state as far as players. We got Kiki Smith, and we also got Tay Thomas, Kai's sister.
So you've been in the basketball program for a while now, especially with the females. Is there you've seen all these teams play, you know what I'm saying? All types of different females from different schools play. Is there any player in particular we need to keep an eye out for?
Oh, most definitely. In the girls division, you most definitely have Kiki Smith. Worsborough Rule has a couple of horses over there that's putting in work, man. You also have, for us, you have Tay Thomas, and you have Faith, and like over at the girls, you have I got to get my man. He's been coaching for a while, and he played for Worsborough. But his daughter plays. What is his name? He's a ball player. Emma Cougar. Yeah.
Emma Cougar. Okay.
So
big names coming out.
Yeah. And then on the boys' side, of course, Elijah, man. Elijah, he's just been just floating in the city, making it look good, man. Elijah Brooks, he's just making it look easy.
Back. Big fact.
And his support cast is good too. You can't Topeka West is letting people know that they should be on top right now as far as one of the best teams in the state.
They definitely got some balls over there.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, so in these past few years, we've seen the girls basketball team kind of just dominate the whole city. They went to state. They didn't get the result they wanted, but they were there. But we've seen on the other side, the boys haven't been as successful. What's your take on that situation and why they have been having so many struggles here lately?
Well, with the boys, we've had injuries, and just as far as, kids coming out at the last minute, like the boys got a young man named Matthew. Matthew never really got in the click of things, and now he's, getting off the injury. And with the boys, I think they're going to catch some people off guard, but this first year coach, I like what he does. Very disciplined. I don't know if you do. He takes their phones in the morning before school starts and doesn't give it back until after practice. So what he's letting you know is there's only one captain to this ship, and that's him. And that's the mentality that Doherty had. That's the mentality that Randy Springs had back in the day, Willie Nicklin. And to be successful and to have successful programs, that's what you have to do.
Big facts.
For sure.
And we did get to see them play against HP earlier in the season, and they definitely played together. They were a scrappy team, but also they are pretty young. So I feel like we'll see that growth in the next couple of years. Like you said, they're going to shock some people.
And the young man that got hurt after he dunked it, that's the man Matthew I was telling you about, Matthew Lloyd. Yeah, and it just would have been good if he could have got to play in this TIT that we just had.
Yeah,
for sure. So you had the opportunity and the privilege to coach Stanford commit Miss Kennedy. What was it like coaching her, and what did you learn?
Class act, man. Sometimes as a coach, man, I caught myself watching her because she was phenomenal. And I still will go to bat as far as saying that she's a basketball player. But, you know, when I see her play softball, I'm like, wow, this is a young lady that's the best in the state to me in basketball. The best in the state to me is softball. And, you know, I'm sure, man, you know, the decision that she made, it still hurts. But it, you know, most definitely was a decision that the family made. And as far as the Stanford program, from what I hear, you know, that would have been the best thing to do. But man, just getting to coach her, watching her dominate. I'll give you an example. Freshman year, we're playing Lawrence High School. And I'm up here telling her, hey, this girl from Lawrence is going to KU. Now you should just take your time. She's real good. She got 20 on us last year. She's phenomenal. And Nige looks at me and says, Eddie, I got this. And she dominated her. She dominated her. Sophomore year, dominated, you know. Junior year, man. I mean, we were undefeated going into the state, and the COVID hit, and we didn't get to win that state championship. Yeah. Last year, a lot of people don't realize, man, we played in the state championship. We had to wear our mask. The other team didn't.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. And then a lot of people don't know Topeka West had to play Mays. They had their mask on, and Mays didn't. And man, I mean, that's almost like taking somebody's arm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know that it hurt. You know, but you know, like I said, man, we just, you know, we got to go after it. And the girls are hungry. They remember in the past, you know, they felt like it was took. But then you take some of our girls like Nyjah, Tay Thomas, Kiki Smith. They've never lost a game at Topeka High. They've never lost a game since they've been to Topeka High.
That's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, man.
Absolutely.
Well, hell yeah. That's awesome to hear. But do you have any ambitions personally to just become a head coach? You know what I'm saying? For any school or in particular, you know what I'm saying?
You know, I like to think that I paved the way. You know, I'm at the looking at, you know, the future, like, you know, I'm 60. I'm looking at, you know, maybe retiring down the road.
I feel you.
When I see the Michael Williamses or when I see the Tony Barksdales, you know, I coached them guys at one time when they were little. And I just love what they're doing. So I like to say that I paved the way a little bit for the success. You know, I had a little to do with it. But right now, man, it's just, you know, taking care of my family and just kicking back, man. And, you know, it's just kicking back, man. You know,
I feel it, man. Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Respect it.
All right, man. Eddie, I hate that I have to ask you this question because I feel like if I was still at Topeka High, you'd be telling me I told you so. But what's your thoughts on the Lakers and their struggles this season?
They're in trouble. I really think so, but I also think, like, I'm going to give you a sleeper name on them. Dunn. Nobody's talking about Dunn. Am I saying his name right?
Dunn?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's talking about him. So if you get this guy back and get Carmelo Anthony back, they're going to be dangerous in the playoffs. But then when you think about it, God, man, we got the Phoenix Suns and the Golden State Warriors, man.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do about them? Them are elephants in the living room, man. You know? I mean, what do you do? You know? Yeah, so it's yeah. The Lakers. I know you are full blown, man. I know you love them, man. But just like me, you know how I am about the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
But man, you know when Brooklyn and Milwaukee finally get their stuff together, they're gonna be acting crazy over there in that side of the bracket too, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big facts.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Speaking of the Miami Heat, how do you feel about their how they've been playing this season? How you feel about them? What's your feelings?
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm liking what they're doing. I'm like, bro, you know, I'm like, you know, if the Lakers win 5 or 6 games in a row, we like what they're doing. I like what Miami's doing, but in a 7-game series with Milwaukee, in a 7-game series with Brooklyn, come on, man. You know, that's realization. I know what's going to really go down.
Yeah. All right, we've come to the end of this interview. Eddie, man, this was super dope. Like, I feel like I learned so much just about the history of the game in Topeka, just the history of Topeka in general, man. So we appreciate you coming on here and just chopping it up with us.
Big
Hey,
facts.
I appreciate you guys having me. When I seen that you guys had that, and I called moms and said, "Hey, get in touch with the brothers." I knew from there it'd be taken care of. So yeah, man, appreciate you guys having me, man.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Hey, best of luck to y'all this season. Hopefully, I'll get out there and check y'all out.
All right, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I think this is gonna be big, man. I like it.
For sure.
I appreciate it, Eddie.
Hey, have a
Appreciate it.
good one, you guys.
So you too.
You too, man.
Yeah.